Welcome to Voices Unheard, a show where we bring forward stories that are often ignored. I'm your host, Cherop Lornah. Today, we will discuss the challenges that students in special schools face, either from parents, teachers, or even friends. To help us unpack this important issue, we are joined by Adede, who is not only pursuing Kenya Sign Language, but is also passionate about the betterment of the deaf community. Welcome to the show, Adede.
Thank you, Lornah. I'm glad to be here.
Let's start by discussing the challenges that students in special schools face from their own parents. What's your experience, or what have you heard from students?
It's unfortunate, but many parents still do not fully understand or accept that their child has special needs. This lack of understanding often means that some parents don't offer the right kind of support. For example, some parents may delay enrolling their children in special school thinking the child will outgrow their challenges. This puts the child behind academically and socially.
That must be so difficult for the students. Do you think parents need more awareness about special education?
Absolutely. Parents need to be educated on importance of early intervention and specific needs of their children. Some don't realize that neglecting these needs affect the child's confidence and learning ability.
Now, let's talk about the challenges that students face from their teachers. What have you observed in special schools regarding teacher-student relationships?
Well, most teachers in special schools are trained, but there are still cases where teachers may lack the patience needed to handle the students. Unique learning processes. Some students need extra time to understand lessons, but with large class sizes and limited resources, it becomes difficult. This can cause frustration for both the teacher and the student.
So it's more of a systematic problem.
Yes, it's not always the teacher's fault, but the pressure to meet education goals and lack of enough teaching materials specific to the students' needs can lead to students not getting the attention they deserve.
Adede, what about students' interactions with their friends in society? How do these relationships impact them?
This is another major challenge. Some students with disabilities are often isolated by their peers because they are seen as different. In mainstream setting, even though there is supposed to be inclusion, students with special needs can face bullying, teasing, or simply being left out.
That sounds painful. How does this affect the students in the long run?
It really impacts their self-esteem. If a child consistently feels like an outsider, they begin to withdraw and might not participate in activities or speak up, even in the classroom. This limits their learning and development.
And I suppose that society also plays a role in creating this stigma.
Definitely, society still has a long way to go in terms of understanding the disability, in understanding that disability is not inability. Many times, students from special schools are treated as though they will never be able to achieve what others can. This mindset needs to change.
Thank you for sharing these insights. It's clear that students in special schools face challenges from all angles, either from parents, teachers, and friends. But as you've mentioned, with more awareness and support, things can improve.
Yes, Lorna, I believe that if we start with educating parents, training more teachers, and changing societal view, these students can thrive.
Indeed. Thank you once again for joining us on Voices Unheard. And to our viewers, let's remember that it's up to all of us to create a supportive environment for students